Hi lovelies, you're welcome to my space. My name is Juliet. I'll be showing you guys the easiest method on how to draft your off-shoulder bustier, and this is a beginner friendly video. If it is something you're interested in, let's get right into it. Starting line, these are starting line. After that, we are going to get our horizontal measurement. So this is an off-shoulder dress, so we'll be minusing 5.5. It depends on what you want to minus. So from here, I'm going to take my bust measurement, my shoulder to bust, which is 11.5. Remember, we are minusing the 5.5 inches. We are starting from them. Then my under bust, which is 15.5. And my half length, which is 17.5. So I'm going to roll it into a straight line. So here we have our bust points, our under bust, and our half length. So the next measurement we are going to take is our shoulder measurement. If you want your off shoulder to be well seated on your shoulder, you have to take this measurement to be tight. And to get this measurement you're supposed to use here, what I normally use is I use my nipple to nipple, which is 8 inches. I'll divide it by 2, after which I'm going to add 1.5. So when you are going to, my nipple to nipple is 8 inches, I'm going to divide it by 2. After that, I'll be adding 1.5, which will give me 5.5. So I'm going to mark my 5.5 on this line. 5.5 on this line. Then I'm going to be marking my chest line. My chest line is 8.5. So from this 5.5, I'll be marking the remaining 8.5, which stops here. So I have a straight line. I'm still going to relay my 5.5. So I'm going to roll it into a straight line. So these are chest lines, not visible enough. So these are chest line. Name this place chest line. So these are chest line, these are bust point, these are under bust, and these are half length. So the next measurement we are going to take is our nipple to nipple. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. So I'll come here, divided by 2, it will give me 4. So I'll mark it on my bust point, my under bust, and on my half length, and make it into a straight line. So I'll make it into a straight line. So this is what we have. For my dart intake, I'll be minusing my round under bust from my round bust measurement. My round bust measurement is 40. I'll be dividing it by 4, which will give me 10. And my round under bust measurement is 34. I'll be dividing it by 4, which will give me 8.5. So I'll be minusing 8.5 from 10 inches. And what I'll be having is 1.5. So that 1.5, I'll be sharing it on both sides. Then I'll come down from my bust measurement by ½ inch and connect this line together to avoid pointiness. 1 inch on the bust side and ½ inch on the center point. On the middle part, then I'm going to connect it. I'm going to connect it from the under bust. I'll connect it to this ½ inch that came down by. Then I'll do this one too. And that's about our waist dart. So on this point, we are going to do our shoulder tightening side. So I'm going to rule this line, our nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'm going to rule it up to this place, rule it into a straight line, join it together from here. So for our chest tightening, I'll be using 1.5 inches, which I'll be splitting into 2 on the nipple to nipple measurement, half on the right and half on the left. And on our bust point, I'll come up by ½ inch to avoid any pointiness, and I'll be connecting these points together. So this is what we have. So the next thing we are going to do now is to take our measurements. So on the shoulder place, we are going to come. No, we are using 5.5. So we're supposed to measure 5.5 here. These are 5.5. Then we are going to add this 1.5 inches that we took out from this place, from this one, to avoid shortage. So we are going to re-add it on this side. We have 1.5. So on the chest line, we are going to divide the bust by 4, which is 40 divided by 4. It's going to give us 10. We are going to mark it 10. And then I'll come to this dart intake. I'll measure what I have there and replace it on the chest line to avoid shortage.
After which we are going to connect both lines together to get our armhole. So the next measurement we are going to take is our bust measurement. All we need to do is just to get the measurement we have on our chest line, we'll bring it down to our bust point, and that is it for the bust measurement. While for the under bust, you divide your under bust by 4 and you add back the dart intake, and you do the same thing on the waistline.
We're going to take our under bust measurement, which is 8.25. Then we're going to take our dart intake, which is 1.5. So we'll do the same thing on our waist. Waist measurement is 8.5 plus our dart intake 1.5. So we're going to connect it into a straight line. This is what we have. So we are moving 1.5 inches because my back measurement is 16 and so I'll be removing 1.5 inches for our bust dart. So I'll come here and I'm going to take 1.5 for our bust dart. I'm going to take 1.5. I'm going to connect it to the bust point. And this is what we have. This is our measurement, our shoulder, our bust, and our half length. So I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to shade out where we'll be marking out. So these are the places that we are going to be cutting out. So for the neckline, you can put any neckline that you want. For me, I'll be doing a sweetheart neckline. I'll come down by 1 inch. And I'm going to connect it to this dark leg. So this is what we have. This is the center front and this is the side front. I'm going to cut out now. To cut out this place, I have to cut out this place. So I have to open this place so I can close this bust dart. Close the bust dart, I'll just come here. Open it by this side. I'm going to close it by taking it, lifting it up, and putting it. So after that, you notice that you're going to have a very short, you have a little shortage here. Close together. And I'm going to blend this place to avoid shortage. And I'm going to cut out. Remember, we did not add allowance to this pattern. So when you are cutting on your fabric, don't forget to add your sewing allowance. Okay. So this is what we have for our front pattern. You can see these are center front and this is the side. So the next thing we are going to do is to draft our back part, our zipper at the back. I'll be using 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance at the back. This is for my zipper allowance, and we're also going to have a starting point. Remember what we use for our shoulder is 5.5. I told you people how to get it. You divide your nipple to nipple by 2, then you add 1.5. So we use 5.5, and on this start line we'll be minusing the 5.5 that we use for our off shoulder, and my chest line is 8.5. So I'm going to mark the remaining one. To have a straight line, I'll still bring it down here and mark out my 5.5, and I'm going to draw it into a straight line. Draw it into a straight line. Make this one also into a straight line. So these are our chest line, and we're going to roll out.
Remember, our half length for the front is 17.5, and we use 1.5 for our bust dart. So for the back, our half length will be 16 inches. Don't forget that, please.
What we're going to do is to get our nipple to nipple measurement. Our nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches. Let me roll this chest line across so that we can have a straight line, visible straight line. So we'll measure 4 inches. So the next thing we are going to do is to add our dart at the back. I'll be using
1.5 for my back dart, and I'll be sharing that into 2 on the nipple to nipple line.
So I'm going to take it up to my chest line. Remember, for the front, we came down by 1 inch and connected it to the bust line. We came back by ½ inch for the bust line. So this is what we have. So the next thing we are going to do is to take our bust measurement, which is 10 inches on this place. My bust is 10 inches. So I'll be connecting it to the chest, to our shoulder. Connecting it to our shoulder measurements. And I'll come to the chest line. I'll come to the waistline, take my waist divided by 4, which is 8.5. Then add in 1.5 inches allowance. I'm going to connect it to this place. And that is that. And to eliminate zipper bulge, I'll come in here. On this side, I'll go in by ½ inch. On the waistline, I'll go in by ½ inch. And I'll come in on this place by ½ inch. And I'll connect them both to the chest line. This is to eliminate zipper bulge.
So we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe so you get to see the next video that I'll be posting on this channel. And this is the pattern. Don't forget to add your sewing allowance when cutting it out on fabric.